So who is Emperor Vitiate? Darth Vitiate was the Sith Emperor of the Sith Empire going by the names Tenebrae and Valkorion. Vitiate was born on 5113 BBY with his mother a poor farmer and his father Dramath, who was the ruler of the planet Madrias, as both his parents and him were pure-blood Sith species. Surprisingly, at a young age, Tenebrae showed no emotion, not even crying, and his eyes were said to be black as the void of space, and at the age of 6, Tenebrae discovered that he was force sensitive, and his stepfather began to grow suspicious, and yeah, you heard that right. And when his stepfather confronted Vitiate's mother, now knowing she had an affair with Lord Dramath, he got his neck snapped by the 6-year-old. Vitiate then began to torture his mother for months before killing her. 4 years later, Tenebrae began to rule over villages on his homeworld, gathering many supporters. He massacred, tortured, and publicly executed people during his rise to power, feeding on his victims' suffering. His father heard about these activities his son was causing, however, it was none of his concern to him. When Dramath went ahead to see if he could kill his son or turn him into a simple servant, Vitiate stripped the force from him, driving him insane before killing him, and over the next 3 years the child conquered the entire planet of Madrias, with the inclusion of killing any subordinates of his father. In 5100 BBY, he traveled to the planet Ziost where the Darth Lord of the Sith Marcos Ragnos was. Ragnos was amused by Vitiate's action and allowed him to rule Madrias for himself. While he began constructing a palace in the planet Nathema, he changed the name of Madrias. Tenebrae proceeded to study the ways of the dark side, and later on many Sith at a young age fled to Nathema to be trained by Vitiate. He grew older and more powerful as time went on, and after the death of Ragnos in 5000 BBY, Tenebrae decided not to claim the title Emperor because the Sith Lords Naga Sadow and Ludo Kresh fought on who would become the new Emperor. In 4999 BBY, there were broadcasts on how the Jedi Order would destroy the Sith Empire, including killing its people. Vitiate, being the person that he is, went ahead to cause panic within his followers, which caused the Republic at the time to go ahead and massacre the Empire. Upon the destruction, Tenebrae called the remaining Sith to flee until they found a planet to nest on. Some scientists and researchers found a hyperspace route that would lead them to the planet Draman Kas. Once arriving there, Vitiate and the Sith that he controlled commenced a ritual that made him force drain the entire planet of Nathema, which made him gain power and immortality as well as going by the name Darth Vitiate. And it was around this time he began rebuilding the Sith Empire in order to fight back against the Republic, and he also took Revan and Alec in the process, turning them to the dark side. However, after living for many years, he was slain by the hero of Tython. However, his spirit began to gain strength, now being able to cheat death by transferring his spirit into clone bodies. He took over a man called Valkorion and lived on for many more years as he constructed a new empire known as the Eternal Empire, which was hidden on the planet Zakul in wild space. He pretty much just constantly said fuck you to death, as well as having twin children Arcane and Thexon. Valkorion lived for decades until the Outlander and Archon managed to defeat him once again, finally placing an end to his reign of terror across the galaxy.